Hi, good evening. Come on in. How's everyone doing tonight? Good evening. Welcome to Thanks Formed. I'm your host, Francisco Guayo. Super excited to discuss what we have going on today. Happy Monday. If it's your first time, put a one in the chat. I would love to acknowledge you. If you catch us on the replay, you're still being blessed. Just hashtag replay. So today we're going to get right into it. It is Monday, and in Thanks Form, we always have a cup of positivity and a side of possibilities. So come on in, get your favorite beverage, hot or cold. It is freezing outside. I just came back from my walk a while ago in the snow, and I'm ready to warm up with this nice hot cup of tea. But I'm super excited to share with you guys what we have going on today. It is what we have, a couple of days till Christmas, 10 days before the new year, and that's it. We're getting prepared, right? So that's what today's topic is all about. 9 ways to prepare for change and live your dream life. Wouldn't you want to live your dream life? Like, for real, design it? I got you. That's what we're here for. That's what we do here on Thanks Form. For those of you who don't know about the acronym THANKS, we teach on thoughts, habits, actions, nutrition, knowledge, and spirituality. Definitely wanting to be able to get in the mindset, because before we can have any New Year's resolution, any plan, we got to get right up here in the mindset. So that's what we're going to talk about today. How do we prepare for that change, and how do we prepare to start living our best lives and that dream life that we really want? And this is the time of the year. Everyone knows that this time of the year, everybody has a resolution, things that they're preparing for change. But, we often get inspired, and it's nice to think about it now. And they say there's a high percentage of people by February, they forget their goals, or they forget their New Year's resolutions, or they fail. So we want to definitely get set up powerfully, so that we take time to just look back and reflect on the year. If you take time to look back and reflect on the year, then you can really see what changes you want to make this up and coming year. And one thing we did when we worked on our vision boards this weekend was we really looked at it by quarter. Like, we have a whole goal that we want for the whole year, but how can we take that goal and break it down in 90 days, in 30 days, so that it can become attainable and it doesn't feel overwhelmed? Because sometimes we dream so big and we feel overwhelmed that we feel like we're never going to attain it. And that's a little bit like how I felt today. Going up that mountain in that snow, I'm looking at the mountain and I'm like, wow, I got so much to go. And like, I'm halfway there and I'm like, I don't see, like, I really don't see it. But I know that I gotta keep going, one step in front of the other, one foot in front of the other. Next thing you know, I was back off the mountain. I was already up on top, coming down the bottom, and I was already in my car. And that's kind of the way we gotta look at it, just one step at a time. So the changes we see, they may be relatively small or short term or long term, but however it is, we want to handle them with being smart about how we're gonna take them on, per se. We don't want to just say we're gonna do goals and then give up when it gets hard. We got to take into consideration the transformation in the form of a career change, or the transformation that you want to do in quitting some long-term habit, or moving to a new home, a new town, or getting a new home, a new car. So these are goals that they're realistic, and if you set them up, you can definitely achieve them. So the first one is understand the logical levels of change. This is big. If we work with our mindset, that's what's going to help us achieve everything else. Wherever the mind goes, the body follows. So it's important to understand how change actually works, so you know what to expect during the process. So there's 5 logical levels to understand what's involved in making a personal change. This is a simple model that gives 5 useful windows through which to view any issue. So here's a real quick breakdown of the 5 logical levels. Breakdown number 1, the identity. Identify who you are, what roles do you play in your life, right? And number two, beliefs. What do you believe? What do you want? What are your values, right? Capabilities. How do you how do you do your things? What skills do you have? What strategies do you know? Just get that out the way. What are you capable? Not what you don't know how, but what things do you do know how to do? Okay, behaviors. What are you doing? What are your current behaviors now? And it's really important to look at that and how you're doing, how you're being, and what you have right now in this moment. Because if we look at that and then we look at where we want to grow to, right? Not go to or get to, but grow to, it's going to help us a lot. And then, of course, I say it over and over again, but I never get tired of saying it: environment. You're where, you're when, and with whom do you be with, you know? Who we got to get not rid of and toss to the trash, but who we got to spend less time with, and who should we start spending more time with. You know, it's never everybody always thinks about it as a bad thing when you cut people off, when you don't really want to hurt people's feelings. Sometimes that's what makes us stay in those circles, but you don't have to hurt anyone's feelings. And remember, you're number one, and we got to take care of you first. And if something doesn't serve you, then it doesn't deserve you. It doesn't deserve your attention. And all you have to do is either be real authentic about it. Maybe your friends need that wake up call. Like, really, I'm growing. This is a path I'm going. I want to get a home. I want to fix my credit. I'm not going to be going out as much. I'm not going to be spending as much money on this, that, and the third. And maybe you should come on board with me. Maybe you can be able to be that person to invite your circle of friends to come out of that and grow with you. Okay. And then definitely what you want to do is shift the behavior. So we look at the identity, we look at the beliefs, we look at the capabilities, we look at the behaviors as what we're doing now, but then we look at them to shift, like which is the level we typically target when we resolve to prepare for in our lives. Like, we often need to become aware. Just even the awareness of knowing something, like being aware, you can change your whole environment. If you know better, you can definitely do better. Like, an example, your identity. Is your purpose to be happy and fulfilled, or to be successful and to be the sole breadwinner in your family, or help your partner, right? And be a two-income household, or just, have more money to spend, and we're not just paying bills and getting by. You can look at that. And the beliefs, like, do you value helping others, and how much do you value income status versus happiness? Because remember, success is not only money. It's definitely not only monetized. It's happiness, satisfaction. Like, do you believe you're capable of making these necessary changes? Look at the changes that you want in life, and just look. And not saying that you can't do it, but just say, you know what? Am I capable? And 9 out of 10 times you are. If you put your mind to it, you're definitely capable. And this is what I love, is how will you gain the skills you need to become, let's say, a massage therapist, a hairstylist, a coach, anything that you want. You just look at what is it that you need, what's missing, right? And what trainings do I need? What skills can I take online? What communications, what people do I need to go and see and sit down with? So those are the things to get you prepared. Your skills you already know, and then what skills are you going to prepare yourself for in that new field that you want to go after, right? Because a lot of times we dream and say, oh, I want to work from home, or I want a new job, I want to do medical assistance, or I want to be a licensed agent. And we look at the income potential, and we don't realize that, the 2.5 hours a day that we got to put into study, it's going to be well worth it, right? So find out what you need to study and go for it. That's it. Simple. Make your dreams happen. Behaviors, well, aside from physically leaving your current job, or physically leaving, where you at physically, you need to, cut down on maybe some luxuries. So maybe it's not the job that's not paying you enough, or the job that you have to leave. Maybe we just have to look at where we're spending our money. Are we spending way too much money on the drive-through to Dunkin' Donuts or to Wawa's? Are we spending too much money on eating out? I remember that was huge for me. Then when I looked at my eating out bill, It was ridiculous. It really was. And ever since I cut that totally out, first of all, my diet got a lot better with not eating out, because even if I was trying to eat healthy, eating out, it was more expensive and it was still not enough, right? So definitely look and see, what are we spending our money on? Are a lot of times going to the dollar store and we buy things that we really don't need, right? Give ourselves that. Just look at the behaviors of your money and your budget, and that's going to also help you if finances is something you want to take on for this year. And then your environment, of course, does your current environment support the necessary changes? Like, will you be able to study and work in your current situation? Or will you need to move? Or would you need to like make a transition in time, get up earlier, maybe get up 2 hours earlier and get that workout in? Maybe get 2 hours earlier or 2 hours later, and get some work done on when you come home from work. It's possible. It's definitely possible if you just really look at it and see what you got to do and take the feelings and the considerations and the excuses out. Once I'm telling you, once you take out the excuses and once you take out the feelings and the considerations and you just do it like Nike, you know what you got to do. So you map it out, you plan it out, you put it on your schedule, and your schedule tells you what to do, not your feelings. And when you don't manage your feelings, you will mismanage your life. So manage your feelings by letting your calendar tell you what's your next step to do. Number 2, get clear on your desired outcome. Get clear. That's it. Just clear what you want to accomplish. What is it? You want to accomplish a highest credit score for that house you want to purchase at the end of the year? Then let's go for that. What do you have to do to increase and build your credit, not repair? A lot of people focus on repairing credit, but there's also ways that you can, while you're repairing your credit, you should be building your credit. You should be using tools to build up your credit. So what do you have to do that? Get yourself a financial advisor, financial coach, someone who's been there. You have to invest in that. People cannot figure it out. On the time that you waste trying to figure it out on your own, you pay the expert and you get it done, and you save yourself a lot of headaches and a lot of drama. Pay people for what they know how to do. Pay the professionals. Stop trying to do your taxes at home. Stop trying to fix your own credit when you don't know what you're doing and you're trying to figure it out because you're being cheap. No, listen, get a referral. Get someone who can help you, who can coach you through it, and get it done. Because you waste a lot of time trying to figure it out yourself when someone else already knows how to do it and you can just pay them. Let's just be real. Number 3, create a pros and cons list. That is like crucial, because it is inevitable that with big change comes fear and doubt. Yes, yes. Even when we know a particular decision is right. We know that losing weight is going to be exciting. We know that saving money is going to get us out of debt. And, we know these habits are, but it comes, fear and doubt comes creeping in. So we got to arm ourselves with the word of God, arm ourselves with knowing, write those fears down. Write the pros and write the cons. Write what is it that you fear and what is the worst that can happen and what is the best that can happen. Write it down so that when it comes to attack you, you can see it and you can say, oh, I wrote that down. That's not that bad, because if that happens, I still got this. Write them down. Make a list of the reasons why you want to change, because that's going to hold you accountable to when the storms come, when the doubt comes, when it gets too hard, when you want to eat more than one cookie, when you don't want to go for the walk, when you don't really want to save that $25 a week. That's going to happen. But if you write it down, your reasons why, what are the deeper desires behind your decisions? Like, what's the payoff when you get to lose the weight? You're going to have more energy. You're going to live longer. You're going to be able to fit into those clothes, right? So then that cookie looks less and less like, cookie, you're going to get it my way, right? Those $25 that you're going to spend on buying something that you really don't need, when you start thinking about the house that you want to live in, right? When you start thinking about how you want to buy that car cash, or how you want to be able to retire, you start thinking of those things, then it makes it a lot easier to stick to your guns, per se, right? Create a detailed list of your answers to those questions, right? Like, what are the negative results if I continue to mismanage my money? What are the negative results if I continue to age and don't fix my credit or my health? Like, make that real to you, because when doubt creeps in or when your motivation lags, your list will serve as an encouraging reminder to tell you why you started in the first place. So make sure you get that. Number 4, imagine the outcome. This is beautiful. I love this, and I gotta get out of here soon. I'm only on number 4. This is that they're just so crucial. Like, these 9 ways to prepare for change and live your dream life really are crucial to making sure that this is not just pie in the sky. It's not just another year that you say I want something. It's actually a year that you map it out and then you're gonna conquer it. I want to see you at the end of the year knock these goals out and be like, bam, my vision board became my checklist. So imagine the outcome, visualize the end result, see yourself in that house, see yourself in that car, see yourself retired, see yourself taking that trip, that vacation, see yourself, live it, really daily exercise your goals and accomplishments, and be like, I'm getting there. I can see the outcome, right? And then this is funny. You're going to laugh about this one. 5 is the ecology check. And you're going to be like, what's that? An ecology check is simply holding your envision and end result up to a microscope. It's just, that's what it means. Holding it up to a microscope, because what's possible is the obstacles or the conflicts, they're going to arise. So you got to look at it through a microscope and be like, these obstacles and these conflicts, they look real, right? But you know what? You got to ask yourself, what mindset, what habits, what behaviors might sabotage my efforts? And then you can be able to fight them off, right? Like, how will achieving your desired change affect others in your life? Not only about you, but how is it going to affect your children, your spouse, your parents, right? That's the real microscopic inquiry that we got to ask ourselves. And are there any sacrifices that you will need to make? And are you ready? Are you ready to make them? Like, really sit down and speak to yourself and say, you're going to have to sacrifice. And that I always tell my kids that sacrifice is better than struggling, because when you sacrifice, it's short term, for you can be able to get a good result and you can be able to live life well. But if struggling is just ongoing, you're going to just always struggle. So is the end result aligned with your core values and your beliefs? That's a big one. That's big right there. And how will your life change? Like, how would it really need to change for you to achieve these end results? Like, really saying that you're going to go to the gym and work out 2 or 3 times a week and really doing it, how would it make you feel? Like, will you have more energy? How will you feel at the end of the week when you check your results on the scale, or when you feel your body a lot less inflamed, or you just have more energy? Ask yourself, asking yourself these important questions before you embark on this journey. That's why we're doing it now, before January 1st, right? We're going to get this mindset right. We're gonna see if the time, the effort, the headache, the heartache is gonna allow you to make these necessary adjustments ahead of time, because you're really gonna look at it instead of just going forward emotionally, right? Because emotions, we know they go up and down. You can't count on them. Motivation is garbage, because you could be motivated today and on the second you'll be like, oh, I'm not motivated no more. Forget it. I'm gonna throw those goals out the window. This is why we're preparing this way. That's why it says 9 ways to prepare for change and live your dream life. You prepare mentally so that when you start doing and you start taking action, it's not gonna be like cold water, a shock. Number 6, build your assets. Make a list. Make that list. Don't be afraid of making the list. The list makes it real. Money, resources, skills, training, talents, supportive individuals, your community. Find out who you're going to need to hold you accountable. Find out who's going to be your go-to person, who's going to cheer you on and be on the road with you, on this journey with you. Make a plan for how you will obtain any skills or any resources that are currently lacking as you prepare for this change. It is very vital. Number 7, create I like this is funny. Create contingency plans for possible obstacles. I laugh because a lot of times I think about this, and I think about when I was doing construction in one of my ventures. We used to always tell our clients, you need to have a contingency money set aside if we open bust down those walls and we find mold, and that wasn't in the perspective of the contract, and now you got to come up with some extra money. So that's kind of funny that it's here in the how to prepare yourself for change, because once you've envisioned your desired future outcome, and sometimes it's going to be challenges and obstacles, and you'll be like when I made my 90-day plan of going out and running a mile every day, I didn't calculate snow. I live on the East Coast. So, what am I gonna pivot? Like, for instance, if you anticipate resistance in your life, decisions from those around you might prepare a short and punchy answer to the question of why are you doing it, right? Like, why are you doing this? Because people are going to ask you, people are going to talk, people are going to try to either encourage you or discourage you. You got to be prepared for that. And you have to have it in the forefront of how are you going to prepare yourself for that. Well, I knew that it was snowing, and I said, well, I prepared. Put on some boots, go up the mountain, do what I got to do, and that's it. Like, it's not that serious. And honestly, we had a lot of fun doing it. So, why? Because I was mentally prepared. Had I just said I was going to do it, I probably wouldn't have. Really wouldn't. Number 8, create an action plan. It's easy to become overwhelmed when we start to prepare for change. I'm telling you, it is. You can just look at the plan and you can start writing. You be like, man, you know what? Forget it. I can't do this. That's why we create an action plan little by little, break it down month by month, quarter by quarter. Something real simple that I can share. Losing 60 pounds this year, okay? So if you would say, oh, I want to lose 60 pounds, that sounds like it's a lot, right? But if you divide it into the whole year, it only comes out to losing 5 to 6 pounds a month, right? See how easier and nicer that sounds compared to the whole big picture. Like, I want to save $1,000 this year or whatever the case may be. If you break it down in increments, okay, well, every week I can do this. Every month I can do this. This is how much. And by the end of the year, you have accumulated those things that you said you wanted to do. Create an action plan. Having a clear, defined action plan will not only help you stay on track, it's going to help you with your progress, because you're going to be able to look at the progress. That's awesome when you see it in your face. Like, every single week you see your habits changing. You see, that's why I'm doing my water every day. I'm doing my workout every day. I'm doing my 1 mile, and I get to see what I'm eating, what I'm lacking, what I'm doing. I get to reflect on it, and I get to celebrate my progress. And you also get to be like, oh, wait a minute, let me fix this, let me tweak that. It's a formula. So when you formulate your plan, be sure to chunk it down into manageable daily tasks and actions, and set several achievable milestones along the way and celebrate them. You must celebrate every milestone. I don't care if it's just that you got outside and put on your boots and went for a walk. That's something that you're going to celebrate, because if you know that you wouldn't have done it before. Number 9 is keep calm and carry on. That's it. Remember to be kind. We can't bulldoze ourselves through it. Like, you don't want to just truck through, oh, I got to get this done. I got to just, hurry up and accomplish this. No, we want to grow through the process. We want to enjoy the process. We want to become that person who we can be proud of. And, be kind to yourself. You can be so hard on yourself versus how you act with other people. You can be nice to other people, you can be supportive to your friends and family members, but you're not doing it for yourself. And I really encourage you, like, it's not gonna be perfect. You're gonna make mistakes. It's okay. Just don't allow them to set you back where you sit down and you say and you give up. Stay present as best as you can. Like, stick with your action plan, review it, the pros, the cons, the list. Like, really, really be a student of your life. Take time each day to visualize the outcome and celebrate. You know what? I'm getting this done. I'm doing this. This is getting closer. You know, uh, I pat myself on the back. Like, girl, you did that. Like, let me tell you, people think I'm crazy sometimes when I'm by myself. If I'm not with my husband, he's always cheering me on. He's like, "You did it," and I'll be by myself, and I hear my in my headphones, I hear the S Health say 1 mile completed or halfway point or you can do it, and I be feeling like Rocky. I'm like, yeah, I did that. That was me. Yeah. You can't wait for somebody else to do it. You got to do it for yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Talk to yourself. Look in the mirror. Reflect and honor yourself. Really, for everything that you are unbecoming, everything that you're unlearning, and just being able to put this plan together and be aware, it's the hugest step that you can make. And that right there is already a win. If you definitely want to continue and you need accountability and you want someone to help you coach you through the program, I got you. I definitely closed the doors already on Saturday for my $47 program that I was gifting away for 12 people to be able to get coached for 6 sessions for $47. But I still got some room, and it's not going to be 47, it's going to be 97. My original price is 197 going up next year, but I'm going to do another coaching session for 4 more individuals who want to get coached on a small group setting where we can take this on, find out what matters to you in your life. Where is it that you want to be transformed? It's your finances, your career, your health, you launching your new business, or just life itself, your mindset, your habits, your actions, your nutrition, your knowledge, your spirituality. You want to get closer to God and you don't know where to start, how to pray, how to fast, what's fasting, anything like that. We do holistic transformation coaching and thanks forms. And I want to offer you the opportunity to be coached by me. And we're going to have 1 hour for 6 sessions. So it's 1 hour a week, and it's a small group setting. So it's only going to be 4 people I'm taking for that small group, and it's $97. That's it. Message me privately, and you also get a money back guaranteed. And I'm giving a bonus on Vision Board. So you're going to get a Zoom recording, so that also the sessions are recorded if you want them to be, and I can definitely be able to send you that recording so you have them with you as well. And the money back guarantee is if you don't get a transformation within the last 6 sessions that you have with me, you get your money back. But most of all, what I'm excited is to work with people who are ready to be coachable, who are ready for a change, and who are ready to design and create the life that they want for themselves in whatever area that matters to you. So message me, private message me, put it in the chat if you're interested and you want more information and you want to be able to go through a one-on-one session with me on the phone. I also have that available as well. And I look forward to working with you. I am so excited. This year is going to be amazing. I guarantee you that by the first quarter of the year, by the first 90 days of the year, you are going to be, your mind's going to be blown. You're not even going to recognize yourself. And that's my commitment to you. I love you guys. Shalom. Have a great night. Take care.